It's early spring. I've seen 3 bears on the way in so far. One was a mother and her cub. This is a 3-day, 2-night adventure. I have a long list of to-dos on the island campsite on Secret Lake. I think he's okay. So I'm back at Secret Lake, and to my surprise, somebody found my trail and they brought a boat in. People do that. They leave a boat in a bush. They leave a cache. I've done that in the past. But right away, first thing I see, I'm looking on the ground and there's trash. So they marked my portage trail from the shoreline, and already there's trash. I'll be taking it out when I come back out of here in 3 days from now. Although it's nice and bright and sunny, it looks like a beautiful summer day. It's actually early spring. The air is quite cool. Temperatures tonight are expected to dip below freezing, -2. Oh my God, the water is like ice cold. The lake was completely froze over as little as 2 weeks ago. There's half a dozen loons over there. The loons have already come back. I needed a drink, and man, this is nice and ice cold. Mosquitoes and black flies have not yet hatched, so it's a perfect time. The bush has not bloomed. Nothing's blooming yet. It's that early. Go check out the campsite. The damage from the winter is very minimal, not like last year. Last year there was a lot of trees down. I had the one tree down across the trail. 2 seconds, cut that up, and the nice thing is that tree was dead, so I can cut them up for firewood, burn them right away. But the very first order of business is get that beer out of my pack and see to it that it is very well chilled. I have 1 beer for tonight and 1 beer for tomorrow night. My bushcraft chair that I built last year, very comfortable. I love this thing. It's a little bit wobbly, which is to be expected. These are beaver chews, and it was all green wood when I built it, so now the wood has dried and shrunk, so the top is a little bit wonky. Not a problem. I'll fix that tomorrow. A little bit of paracord I got with me. I'll latch that up a little bit tighter. What are you doing, Riley? Yeah, Riley's having fun. This is Riley's first time to Secret Lake, the island campsite on Secret Lake. If this is your first time here, welcome to the island campsite on Secret Lake. This is a place that I come to at least once a year, a campsite that I've built, and every time I come here I improve on the site. And every time I come here I do little bushcrafting projects, and I have a project in mind for this visit, something that is very, very, very much needed on the campsite. I'll elaborate on that later on the video because that'll be something I'm going to do tomorrow. If you want to know more about the island campsite, I'll put a link in the pinned comment down below, and maybe I'll add a card at the end of this video. You can click on it. A video that I did where I go through the details of what happened here throughout the years. I brought a little folding shovel because my tent area is not perfectly level, and I may spend some time, get down on my knees and level off the area where I always set up my tent. Hi. Hi. The tent's not set up yet. Boop, boop. First time setting up this tent. Setup was straightforward, very easy, not complicated at all as I expected. And this tent is actually not the right tent for the conditions that I'm in. Although it's nice and bright and sunny, and it is quite warm, 19 degrees. I brought a thermometer, and when I took it out of the pack, it was 19 degrees. But tonight it's supposed to go to below freezing, and the reason why that tent is not the right tent for my conditions, because that's a summertime tent. It's I got a better tent at home for freezing conditions. However, I was very much itching to try it. I wanted to set it up and try it out for the first time, so I brought it along. I'm not worried. I got good sleeping bag, and I brought an extra blanket. There won't be any issues. I'll be warm tonight, no issues whatsoever. But I'll see if I can remember to check my thermometer late tonight and see what the temperatures are going to be like. Cutting that stump off nice and flat gave me a flat surface and a hard solid surface to chop my wood on. Those of you that know, there it is, back in service. Finally got a biter. It probably took three casts to get him. He's okay. Just let him back. Man, they're like rockets, eh, when they take off. I switched into a lighter sweater as well because I was overheating. I was just getting way too hot. Swinging that axe there, I was sweating buckets. I had to change, but I have to bring some good clothing because, like I said, it's going to be cold, so I have to be ready for that. My supper tonight is this guy right here. Indian chicken, Canadian IMP. I'm glad I'm having that because I'm not in the mood to cook. I'm so tired. I got no energy, so it'll be perfect. I'm going to have this. I'm going to shove this down. Tomorrow will be a bunch of cooking. Big breakfast tomorrow. And then supper tomorrow, I'll be cooking over the campfire. But for tonight, nice and easy. And also, you know what? I want to say this camping season, you'll see me eat more and more of these. Simply because I have a lot of them. I have a good stock and they're very handy, and like right now, if I had to cook right now, I wouldn't be happy because I'm just not in the mood. So I'm gonna be using these more and more this year. Indian chicken, I was told it tastes amazing. I'm gonna find out tonight. All right, time to get the fire going. Here's my Indian chicken. I have to heat that up. And then I have fruit cocktail for dessert. That'll be good. Tabasco, that's going to go in there. And I also have some tortillas to go with that. And maybe I'll have chocolate mix, drink mix, or a lime drink. I don't know. We'll see. I'm hungry. I'm probably going to devour whatever I find in here. While that's heating up, let's go get something cold. We have a Saturday night's a cream ale, and it says Saturday night is a modern day prohibition style beer that is easy drinking any night of the week. It pours a nice straw gold color and completes the package with a thin white head. Yeah, that will do. Okay, my meal should be hot enough. Time to pull that out and see what it's all about. Oh yeah. Oh wow, I got a big huge chunk of meat here. Yeah, that's good. Good spice to it. Full of flavor. But I have 2 tortillas to go with it. Let's see what kind of mess I can make here. Yeah. I'm going to try a different tactic. That is good. That is really good. That Indian chicken went down easier than this beer. That was really good. And I probably got 3 more of those at home. Maybe even more than that. Yeah, it'll do. For now, I'm going to enjoy the sunset. Boy, did things ever take a turn out here. What a contrast compared to yesterday. Wow. About an hour after I turned in for the night, the winds picked up and they were getting stronger and stronger. Right away I thought, that's going to bring in the storm. They weren't calling for this nasty weather whatsoever. This came out of nowhere. And sure enough, after, I'm going to say probably about half an hour of heavy winds, and when I say heavy wind, the winds were so strong that I actually was concerned for the canoe. I went out and I tied the canoe to a tree just in case, because these canoes made out of Kevlar and all these fancy materials, they weigh nothing, and a good gust of wind and my canoe could be gone out on the lake. So although it was pulled up completely out of the water, I still tie it to a tree. I was concerned. That's how strong the winds were. And then the rains came pretty consistent for quite a while. What first order of business usually is coffee, but this morning it was wood. And with all that rain that I had last night, I went deep into the underbrush to pluck out a dead spruce tree. This is definitely the biggest fire I've ever made here on the island campsite so far. It's time to make a coffee. Get a coffee, get that heat internally. These high winds is exactly why I'm going to do the bushcraft project that I'm going to do today, and that'll come up later on. Man, that's gonna go down good. So last night the temperatures are supposed to drop below freezing. -2 was in the forecast. Obviously it didn't get that because it rained, so it couldn't have been below freezing, but it was right around there. When I got up this morning, I checked the thermometer. It was sitting at 2 degrees, and I just checked it now, and it's gone up to 5 degrees. So it's things are starting to warm up. Hopefully the skies will clear up as the day goes by. I'll have some eggs and bacon on a wrap. I think I'm going to do that, do a wrap thing to this morning. The weatherman was really off on this weekend. Way out in the distance in the north, I can see it. Skies are a little bit clearer, so hopefully things will clear up. Breakfast was awesome, as you can imagine. But earlier, I went down to the water's edge, and the pike are definitely spawning because I was down there to rinse off my coffee cup and my coffee pot. And going back to last night, time and time again, I'd be going down to the water's edge and I'd be scaring pike away. There was either there'd be a pike right there in literally 4 inches of water right on the shore, right on the edge of the shore, and I'd scare it away, or I'd see a pike swim by. This morning when I was down there back to my coffee cup going and rinsing it, when I was sloshing my cup in the water, I actually attracted a pike right up to the shore, and I didn't realize it was there until it turned around and scurried off and disturbed the water and splashed water. But just the action of shaking my cup in the water, that pike came in. So the pike are definitely spawning. Pretty sure I attracted that pike. Probably the wrestling of the water, it thought there was a big female on shore and it was coming in. Of course, it's not going to work this time. The island campsite is elevated off the water, which helps with the airflow. I cut back all the underbrush, and through time I've been cutting down the dead trees and cutting back and clearing to get airflow through the place. Helps with the mosquitoes and the black flies. However, introducing that wind, as good as it is, I'm always fighting with campfire smoke in the face. And in the past, I've set up tarps to block the wind. And today, I'm going to build a windbreak wall for the fire pit. The good time to do it. It's a windy day. It's a crappy day. Let's get on with this project. All right, the first thing I need to do here is to find the proper size sticks, because I have to put spike some sticks in the ground, and I want to use a live tree. I don't want to use something rotten. I want to use something that's stable. And this guy right here, I think he's gonna fit the bill. Yeah, he'll be all right. I'm gonna be able to get at least 2 spikes out of him. I'm gonna get the axe and clean him up right here. Oh, I feel energized now having that nice breakfast. This is the trail going down to the water's edge where the canoe is. I need 2 more. I need 4 altogether. Because I got to sandwich all my other poles. And I got a stack of poles behind the camera. So that stack of poles there, that's from last year. When I came here last year, there was a lot of damage from the winter. A lot of trees came down over the winter. And I salvaged everything that I could. And they were all like right at the immediate area here. And I kept them aside for any projects, and today's the project day. Hey, Rai, he's being such a good boy. Riley's being such a good boy out here. Okay. And I see, no, he's dead. I'm not going to use him. However, I got the perfect one right here, I think. Yeah, he'll do. We'll do the island some good to thin it out too. And the trees are all choking themselves on here. Yeah, he'll work. All right, same thing. I'm going to get the axe and clean them off over here. So here's the issue that I've been having since the beginning. I purposely built my campsite so it's facing east because I like the setting sun at night. I like to just sit there and watch the sun go down. And here in the north, this is northeastern Ontario. Predominant winds are north-northeast or north-northwest, actually. And so I'm always having the wind coming in off the lake, and it's blowing the smoke right in me. So I want to build a wall in front just to shield the fire pit. Now, I may have a problem though. There's a rock right here, and I see another rock there. They might be the same rock. I don't know what's underground, obviously. So once I have to punch a hole down there, hopefully that's not a big, huge rock, and I'm just going to hit a rock 2 inches down. If that happens, I'm going to be in a predicament. Okay, he's sawed off nice and square. Where do I want to go? I'm going to try roughly here. Oh, that one's going to be pretty good. Yeah. Okay, I'm happy with that. It's going in. All right, I'm going to keep this stick as my pilot hole stick. Put the other one somewhere around here, I'm thinking. Yeah, there's plenty of dirt here. And by doing this here, making a pilot hole is going to make it easier for the larger stick that I'm going to jam in the ground here. Whoop. I'm going against what I've advocated in the past, is to never wear gloves when using an axe. And that's why right there. I prefer to just bare skin on the axe. You got more control, at least I do anyways. like that. And sharpen them up a little bit here. Get rid of the little pokies on the side. Yeah, I'm happy. It's really going in there. Really happy. Those rocks were really bothering me. That's damn good right there. Yeah, I'm really liking how well they're going in. He just stopped there now. I must have hit a rock. He just stopped dead. Once I get it stacked with logs, with sticks, then I'll cut off the ends, whatever the excess is. 1, 2, right next to this knot, right here. All right, I got 8 pieces cut. I'm thinking 8 will do it. I'm gonna find out right now. Okay, I need to make my pilot holes because I got 2 more. I have to make 2 more poles. I got enough green wood for that. So where's my stick? There's my pilot hole stick. All right, it's pretty good. Okay, let's start stacking. I got some paracord here, and I will lash the top on both sides, sandwich that together. That'll be a good improvement. By the way, I'm making the Canadian jam knot. And then I'm throwing an extra loop in there for good measure. Yeah, so today you see the smoke. Today the wind is from the east, so to my wall it's not going to be super effective today, but predominantly the winds are from the west and northwest, and I think that's going to be a big improvement right here. Big improvement. I'm really happy I got this done because it's been bugging me, chasing away the smoke. Although the sun is trying to come out, it's still gusting and windy. Still 5 degrees. It's cold out here, so I'm gonna be tending to the fire. Went out on the water, paddled around a little bit. I worked hard just to catch a couple of little guys, so you know what, I'm better off just to stay right here, tend to my fire, and enjoy the atmosphere around here, and hopefully things will die down this evening when it's time to cook supper. Riley, you totally wrecked my tent. Like, look at the dirt everywhere. Are you not ashamed of yourself? Look at the mess you made in here. Do you have anything to say for yourself? It is nice and sunny. Temperatures have risen, but it is now supper time and we're cooking over the campfire. And what's for supper? I'm gonna have myself one wicked hamburger. Not just any hamburger, it's gonna be a doozy of a hamburger. Let me show you what my ingredients are, and then you can take it from there on if this is gonna be a wicked hamburger or not. Cremini mushrooms with onions. I'm gonna slice some of that up. I got some smoked Gouda, a little bit of barbecue sauce, some butter for my bun. The bun is a Kaiser bun, and I got my hamburger patty is a AAA extra lean ground beef, and I seasoned it with apple or smoked applewood rub. There's also a small patty in there for Mr. Riley. He doesn't know yet, but he's getting a hamburger patty. His is not seasoned. And in the pan, I got thick sliced bacon. So first thing, I'm going to get my bacon going. I need some of that grease so I can fry up the onions and the mushrooms. I'm going to chop all that up. I'm going to chop that on my cutting board while the bacon is frying up. And then we're going to proceed from there. Oh God, that is so good. You don't want to eat the wax. done là, Pat. C'est beau. Qu'est-ce qu'on dit? Ah ouais. Cold from the lake. Can't forget that. Craft beer, local craft beer, one of my favorites. The Reveal. This is going to be messy AF, and I don't care. Let's see if I can do this, at least get the first bite in without making it too big of a mess. This is going to be so good I got to roll up my sleeves for it. Oh. Wow. Ah. Off the charts. Look at that juicy burger. Look at that juiciness. I'm gonna shut you down so I can eat this, because I want to eat this. This is absolutely amazing. You know this is amazing. You know this is amazing. Catch you in a few. That was hands down the most delicious hamburger I have ever made. And man, I've made a lot of burgers, okay? And that one just unbelievable. And you know what, when you go savory like that and smoked flavors, forget the ketchup, the mustard, the relish, forget all that. You don't need that crap when you make a burger like that. Oh my God, amazing. And this beer is going down amazingly well with that burger. What a good pairing. This is a red beer, and that was a good pairing for that smokiness and the barbecue flavor and the onions and mushroom coming through on the backside with that smoked Gouda. Tops, 100%. Tops, tops, tops. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more outdoor content. Catch you guys on the next one.